Welcome back, everybody. The annual South African Fashion Week is currently running, and it's showcasing the Autumn-Winter 24 collections at Mall of Africa. In its 27th year, the Fashion Week presents 31 designers and 9 shows over 3 days of celebrating fashion. Just last night, Hangwani Nengovhela, the founder of Rubicon, was showcasing her designers, as well as Lezanne Viviers, the founder of Viviers. Both ladies join us this morning to speak more on their collections and this year's Fashion Week, which ends today. Ladies, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
It's such a pleasure that you guys woke up to be with us this morning.
We are in this, sunrise. It's beautiful to see the sunrise just waking up. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
The earlier the better.
Morning
life for breakfast.
Absolutely. You're having morning life for breakfast. How nice. Good for you. I'm going to start with you, Lezanne. You were at the Milan Fashion Week last month, eh?
Correct.
How was that experience? Just take us through that.
So it was the second time we presented in Milan. It was a part of the official calendar, but we did a presentation form, which is actually different from a runway show. What I really loved about a presentation is people have a moment to come up close and experience your clothes. So you do an installation, you can create a mood. It's a bit like an art exhibition. And
so there's no
media,
ramp?
No ramp.
Okay.
Press and media are invited to come up close. That's the pictures that you've seen from Milan.
Right.
Which
so
is very
it's more
different
of a
from
magazine shoot?
Not really,
similar.
It's like a live art exhibition. So you have models, there's a mood, there's a tone, there's music. It's like a performance.
Right. So how does it differ to our local fashion scene?
So here we're very lucky to do a runway show. So the runway gives you that energy and you can really experience the feeling of a collection.
Yeah.
So we showcased last night at SA Fashion Week. It was very exciting. And we actually decided to have this kind of idea of a hybrid space. So we did the runway show, and then in the end we asked the models to again install themselves on the runway so that people could have the same feeling as in Milan, where you could come up close and experience the clothes, touch it, feel it, take nice pictures. Because sometimes there's a bit of a disconnect when the runway happens and you can't also see and feel. It's so quick.
Yeah, it's so quick. Like a few seconds and then the garment is gone. You don't have a chance to see it again.
But you're left with a mood. You're left with a very nice feeling. So
that is so cool. Hangwani, I know you've been in the industry for quite a while now. And what's the significance of showcasing your work at such platforms as the SA Fashion Week?
The SA Fashion Week, for me, I take it as the business of fashion, because that's where it's a marketing platform. And when you showcase, you have to be very ready, extremely ready in terms of the back end of the business, manufacturing. Because when you showcase, at the end of the day, you need to translate everything back into sales. It's ROI, return on investment. And it's the business of fashion, which it's not just about entertainment. It's about, expressing our art, wearable art. Through our designs. And what makes it so special is that you're able to express how you see things. I mean, for instance, for my collection, I'm celebrating Mapungube Militar. So I just reimagined, Mapungube back in the days, with the military and obviously the clergy. I just imposed that and expressed it through my prints, which was monochromes, black and white, and not your usual military green, olive green.
When you speak of readiness and the fact that you need to be ready, especially in the back end side of the business, what really goes into producing a garment? I know that it's far more than just designing, creating the garment and then just put it on the ramps.
I think over the years, for me, I've got to understand the needs of my clientele base. And just the target market itself. It's very important to cater, because sometimes there's designers who like to create art because it speaks to us. And yes, that is very great, but just have maybe 1 or 2 pieces in that, but have wearable art. So behind the scenes, it goes with obviously having the right resources, the right team, and fabrication, in trying to translate with the right type of fabric, in terms of your concept, your designs, concept, aesthetic. Manufacturing itself, there's seamstresses, it's a team, pattern cutters, runners, admin, You
a whole lot
also,
of
I mean,
work.
like when I say you have to be ready for SA Fashion Week, I can't just go there without having a proper marketing team as well. Like, for instance, a public relations, because you are launching a product. Any product needs to be known if you need to sell. And marketing is quite costly. So for us to get this opportunity to showcase and be able to sell at the SA Fashion Week has really, I think most designers that have been in the industry for a long time, they can share the same sentiments that I'm expressing.
It is actually so much work. I mean, us who are on the other side of the fence, we just see you guys, you design, you go to the seamstress, and then that's it. Yet there's so much work that goes into it. Now, Lezanne, just take us through your collection this year. And you're wearing a very nice coat. Is it part of the collection?
Yes.
Okay.
They say it takes a village to raise a child. I think it's the same with a garment. It really takes.
It took a village to create that garment, eh?
It takes so many people. There's so many hands involved.
Yeah.
I just wanted to kind of reflect on what you were saying. The behind the scenes, how many people are actually there, working hours, really like spending time taking care of details and finishes. It's important for people to understand that. It really starts on the farm. Where do these beautiful natural resources come from? Who are the people like transforming those raw materials into fibers, into yarns that then gets like woven or knitted or transformed into a textile, and then only we can start. And then from a textile you make a pattern. There's like so many layers.
Wow.
To give you something in the end that looks beautiful, that will also last.
You know, ladies, there's this concept called wearable art. And, you know, I've been to so many fashion shows, and some of the designs there, they just make absolutely no sense to me at all. I mean, in terms of, can you really wear this garment on the streets? And some of these garments, you cannot wear them. So what's the point then of showcasing a garment that people cannot wear on the street on a daily basis?
I think clothing is a very powerful tool for communication. First and foremost, what you're wearing it speaks about your identity, it speaks about messaging, it speaks about so many things. And when you do a runway show, you have those pieces that really convey your concept and your message. What does your brand stand for? What are you trying to say? And then through that, you can translate it to something that becomes more wearable. So you need both. You need the communication side, because ultimately that is what clothing is, whether you like it or not. It communicates something.
That's one key takeaway. That's one key takeaway that I will take away from this, you know, from your statement. Now, Hangwani, 21 years in, you're still going strong. So what have you done, rather, to cement your name in the industry?
I think I've just, remained true to who I am in terms of what I believe in, and also trying to evolve as well, and I mean, and just trying to, execute how I see the fashion industry itself. And it's very difficult. Our industry, believe me, it's a very difficult. For me to stay in the 21 years, it doesn't mean that it's been like all, I've just been probably doing something right. And also just loving what you do, because because if you don't love what you do, you won't be able to, remain in the same
and relevant
place. And relevant. Yes.
All right, ladies, lovely chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Great.
Thank you for having
us.
us.
We just spoke to Hangwani Nengovhela, the founder of Rubicon, and Lezanne Viviers, founder of Viviers. Well, the South African Fashion Week has been paving the way for the retail sector to support South African designers via their trade shows, design pop-up shops and other initiatives.